My coworker failed the marshmallow test and ate an entire bowl of sugar-free gummy bears from my desk, so she's blaming me for her explosive aftermath, and now wants me deported back to my country. Posted by u/Irby Castle. This happened in Michigan. I'm originally from Germany and am very unsure how the law works in the United States, so bear with me. Last year, I received a job offer to work as an assistant professor in the German language department at a large university in Michigan. I recently finished my PhD and was really excited to fill a research position, and possibly a postdoctoral position, in the specific field I applied to. Most of my time, I teach classes in German literature, but additionally, the university wanted me to help students with writer's block, so I joined an interdisciplinary workshop. There are at least 4 people connected to this workshop, and we get along fine most of the time. Sadly, there is one elderly woman who made me out as a rival from day one. I do not know what provoked her, but there is something about me that makes her mad. Cue the incident. I had an appointment with a student, gave him some tips and instructions, and left my bowl of gummy bears on the desk. Mind you, these gummy bears are sugar-free and volatile. If you eat more than a handful, you will be in serious digestive trouble and will occupy the toilet for the rest of your day. But my coworker ate the whole bowl. First, she excused herself from any commitments, and then she called in sick. The next day, she confronted me and blamed me for the whole ordeal, claiming that I deliberately placed those gummy bears and that it was all a ploy to humiliate her. According to her, she has already informed HR and her lawyer, and she says I will be kicked out of the country in no time. The only thing I can blame myself for is that my colleagues and I giggled at her very apparent distress. Here's a picture of the culprits. Relevant comments. Commenter 1. She claims that I left the bowl in the open to bait her and others into eating the poison, her words. I told her it was just sugar-free gummy bears and that she must have a weak stomach if she got violently sick after maybe, I don't know, 70 grams of the stuff. Probably a major mistake on my part. I should have just kept quiet. Commenter 2. Thank you for your hands-on response. Most answers circle around the funny side of things, but I actually have to deal with this nonsense, and I feel incredibly insecure because I am not used to the US legal system. I printed out some hostile emails she sent to me recently, and I hope HR takes my side. In any case, thank you for the detailed response. Commenter 3. LOL. This is a great story. You don't have anything to worry about. You're allowed to have sugar-free gummy bears, and it's not your fault she devoured the entire bowl. Besides, she's not going to win a lawsuit because she had to run to the bathroom. As someone who accidentally consumed too many sugar-free candies once, I feel her pain, but she has no case. Commenter 4. When I read volatile, I was expecting these to be exploding gummy bears. I suppose they were, but not in the way I was imagining. No, it's not your problem if your coworker pigged out on gummy bears that contained sugar alcohol. Unless you explicitly told her they were fine to eat, this is on her. Update, 6 days later. We are still in Michigan. I had a fruitful conversation with HR yesterday. My coworker and I had separate interviews yesterday, no blaming, just explaining what happened and how our workplace could improve in the future. Here's her side of the story. Irby Castle deliberately placed sweets laced with laxatives in the commonly shared office space to make me and other people sick. Here's my side. I forgot my bowl of gummy bears, which I gladly and generously share with everybody in my department, not assuming that anybody would eat the entire bowl of sugar-free gummy bears. That would be an argumento ad common senso, I assume, in legal terms. I even brought an original German gummy bears packet to prove that I didn't mean any harm. True story, my pants have been shat during the last couple of days, and that without any laxative gummy bears. I hope these tenses fit. Hard to believe, but we talked during lunch yesterday and made up. She is a nice lady, in fact, but had issues with food allergies in the past. I would love to close this story with, we reconciled, and everything was fine, but there was another major wow moment in the room when I learned that both my hostile coworker and I had already been put under scrutiny, HR's words, by another assistant professor who had also joined our workshop project. Is this some kind of Game of Thrones?